Okay, so I'll go through this video. There's one on the YouTube like this one, very similar to this one. You can use that one as well. So the table shows the solidification temperatures for the various metals A and B. You have your table with your start solidification, your end solidification. You'll note they're all the same because there's two types of graphs you can do on this. First graph will look like this. And there's no eutectic point, and the second graph looks like this, straight line, and that's your eutectic point. So it goes straight from liquid to solid, no pasty stage. So we'll know with this question that it's this graph here we're going to be doing, because there's one line here and it's all the same. And if I go back into the question here, what I have is in the solidification 175, 175 the whole way across. So I know it's the second graph I'm going to be doing. So it goes across your metal solidification of metal B and alloy is up to 100. That's going to go down along the bottom. Now, because again I don't have 10 boxes across the bottom, what I'm going to use is there's only I think 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go in boxes of 2. So I'm going to go 5 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This line here is obviously 0 where it starts. This is 100, and if I've got in 5 boxes, this must be 20. This has to be 40. This has to be 60. This has to be 80. Okay, all the boxes have to be the same. If 0 to 20 is one full box, the next one has to be one full box for 20. You can't have 10, then 20, so on. It has to be the same. You can mark your 10, you can mark your 30, 50 middle ways, 70, and 90. Like that, okay? Once you've that done, the height, so the temperature is going to go up along the side. The highest point in the temperature is 350. So you mark your highest point 350. If it's 350, we can decide how many boxes to go up. Now, we can go up 100, 200, 300, 400. That's going to be a very small graph. So maybe we might try 50s. So 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350. That's perfect. So we can go as far as there. That's 7 boxes. And each box is going to be 50 high. So you make your mark like this. Some people do this differently. You can still do this graph with 4 boxes as long as the steps are the same in temperature. So 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350. Okay, and what you have here then is, once you have that, you must label your question. So along the side here, you will have temperature. There's 2 marks out of 10 going for this. Temperature, degrees Celsius, and down here, percentage of metal B. Okay, so temperature, degrees Celsius. Now, just going up in these boxes of 50, if there's 10 boxes and it goes up to 50, each small little box is 5. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, the next one, if I wanted to get 65 for instance, this is 50, 55, 60, 65. Halfway would obviously be 75 because it'd be halfway between 50 and 100. Okay, so next thing then we need to do is start mark your graph. 175 is for the solidification. So straight away what you can do is, this is 150. You can go along and find 175, which is halfway between 150 and 200. That would be this box here. And that's the same for all 10. So I'm going to mark 175 there. I'm going to mark 175 there. There, every one of the steps, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, what you'll get there then with that is you'll get one straight line across your page like that. Okay, then what we'll start doing is we'll start working on the side. So the first one is 350. So again, you mark 350 with your pencil, that's there. The second one, you can follow this yourself. The second one is 345, so I got from 10. And this is 350, so that's one box down. The next one is 335 at 20, so you come straight up from 20. 300, 35, 310, 315, 320, 325, 330, 335. The next one is 317 from 30. So 300, 35, 310, 315, 317. Next one is 293 from 40. So I go up to 40. It's 250. That's 300. 293. So the box before is 295. 293 is just underneath that. Next one after 293 is 260, and that's straight up from 50. So 50% metal B is 260. 250, 255, 260. The next one then is 60% is 220. So come up from 60 and go 220, 200, 25, 210, 215, 220. 70 is 175, which is that point there. 80 is 250, so go up to 80, 250. 90 is 282, so what you'll do is you'll get 90, you'll go up to 282. So 250, 255, 260, 265, 270, 275, 280, 282, and 100 is 300. So they're like that. So what you have is your graph will look like this. As neat as possible a graph as you can do. Okay, so that's what your graph is going to look like. Label the stages. So the stages are quite simple again. You can just go along and label liquid, solid, pasty, region, pasty, region, and this one here is your eutectic point. My solidus line, again you can come out from this one here with your solidus line, and your liquidus line is this one here. That's all the features. So liquidus line, this line here, liquidus line. Anything below this line is your pasty region, or in this case here it goes straight liquid to solid at eutectic point. Pasty region, anything below this line here is solidification. Alright, this is all a solid. So the last thing then to do is the ratio phases. So for the ratio phases you will get three numbers. You need to get A, B and C. Okay, so what you'll do is where it says 30% metal B, you're going to make a dashed line. Where it says 250 degrees, you're going to make a dashed line. Once you've made those two dashed lines, I'll explain to you then a bit more what you'll do with them. So what I have here is 30% metal B is 30% metal B, and I'm going to go, you can just go up past your page. You don't know exactly how far you're going yet. Until you meet the 250 degree line. So you dash that up your page like that. I can just go as far as 250. At 250, because it said 250 degrees, you'll do a line across your page to meet the liquidus line, like this. Where the two of them meet will always be point B. So where the two of them meet will always be point B. So that point there is point B. So where the two dashed lines from 30% and from 250. The two things you were given your question. And make sure you put a circle around these. So for the alloy 30% to metal B, you do your dash line up the page. From the diagram, the ratio phase at 250 degrees, dash line straight across the page. You'll know because the two questions, it's the two bold numbers, 250 and 30%. So that's going to be where the two of them meet is going to be point B, and A and C is going to be either side, and then you're going to get the ratio between them, the distances between them. Okay, so that's all you want, the distance between AB and the distance between BC. So what I have here is I'm going to write down the equation up here. So ratio of phases equals AB over BC, which is equal to, so this point here is B, okay, where it touches our graph here at the starting point is going to be point A, okay, that's going to be point A, and where it touches the liquidus line is going to be point C, okay. So you'll always know because you'll have B is where the two lines meet, and the 2 points either side of it where it touches the two lines, this line and this line, is going to be your 2 points. So now the only thing you want to find out is what's the distance from here to here, down here. So you get your distances here, and what's the distance from here to here, down here. Now, with this question, you know the distance from A to B because A is 0 and B is 30%. So straight away you know that AB is going to be 30 minus 0 equals 30. What you have to do to find C, you'll just have to drop your line down the page again. Okay, drop your line straight down the page, and that will come out to be 50. You'll see it down here. So that is 53. So you go 53 take away 30 equals 23. So your ratio of phases is 30 over 23. And that's the question done. Okay, so get your 3 points and you should be fine from there.